What is up, everybody? Hello, YouTube. So, as of right now, continuing sanding on the IS300 in preparation for my KFD Tuning Shop Widebody kit. I got Gino over here sanding and preparing the front bumper. He's gonna start bondoing up lots of the little holes and dents and dings and whatnot on the front bumper. And yeah, so I'm kind of going over the hood right now with a finer grit sandpaper. I first went over it with 200, now I'm going 400, then I'll kind of step up to 6 and 8 and whatnot. And so once I'm done with the hood, then I'll move on to the roof and get these pillars, the clear coat on the pillars nice and smooth. Got to do both sides, and that's kind of my main focus right now. Gino's doing the front bumper, then I've got Justin over there. He's preparing some firewood for us. We're gonna have some snores and some snores. We're gonna have some s'mores and a bonfire this evening. Johnny's coming over. He's pretty proficient with bodywork and bondo and everything, so he's gonna be a huge help this evening with kind of teaching me some stuff, because I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. This is my first time doing bodywork. This is my first time doing a wide body kit on a car, and hopefully it turns out kind of okay. Hopefully, I don't know. I also don't even know how to vinyl wrap either, and I've got a friend of mine, Ernie, who's gonna actually help me help teach me and help me kind of, you know, do some practicing and whatnot with the vinyl wrap this week. So I've got a lot ahead of us. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, really subscribe if you want to stay tuned with this build. If you're interested, we're going to be hitting the track, doing drifting, you know, canyon drifting, street driving, all the goodies. Got to get some rollers by the beach with the body kit and everything. So if you like nice cars and nice scenery and some nice driving, stay tuned, because you'll like the channel. Oh yeah, so I've got some, what is this, 400 grit sandpaper on my sanding block, and I'm just going over the hood. I went over it with 200 grit initially, added bondo and a lot of the chipped areas that needed it, and so now I just got to go back over, smooth all this out, which is already really smooth for the most part. Like, all the chips and stuff that I filled in, I actually did a pretty decent job on it, I think. The last part to kind of tackle is right here, and then I'll have to primer the metal pieces that are exposed, and then sand the primer and kind of step up in graduation with the sandpaper from there, go to finer and finer. And so once we have the whole car prepped for the vinyl, then I'll basically I want to do an alcohol wipe of the whole thing, get the surfaces as clean as possible before actually installing the vinyl wrap, so it's nice and sticky and it doesn't end up, you know, wrinkling and bubbling and whatnot. I have now cut the front fenders. This one is ugly compared to the other side. I did a great job with cutting the other side. Yeah, so kind of mocked up the front fenders. Johnny's on his way over with the riv nut kit, and we're gonna actually mount up the fenders and side skirts and everything today. Right now, I'm about to start actually cutting the rears. We've got Chris hanging out, and yeah, today's gonna be another busy and productive day. Hopefully can get the kit all mounted up today. That would actually be amazing, because if we can actually get it mounted today, then over the course of the next couple days, I will actually, you know, do the vinyl wrap, start laying that down, and get her looking pretty. So in the rear end, I've kind of put some tape up so I can use a Sharpie mark. The fronts I didn't tape up before cutting. Kind of regret not doing that prettier, but it's whatever. The over fender is gonna bolt right over that and you won't even be able to see it. I've got my Sharpie, I've got this guy. So basically what we're gonna do is cut along the door line, try to leave enough material for some rigidity with the door, and get enough clearance for the wheel, since I'm gonna be poking out good 70 millimeters more than stock. So I'll end up probably cutting about an inch, inch and a half out of the rear quarter panel, and try to make it look as decent as possible. We do not fuck this up.
Take two.
Take two. Ooh. I need to go a bit deeper.
So that one,
Oh yeah, there's a whole nother layer back here I gotta get to. Grab some pliers real quick, kind of bend some shit out of the way. Disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't think they needed that disclaimer, bro.
Yeah. Probably not. I guess I'll just stick it in there farther.
Watch the paint, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Trust the process. Okay?
Yes,
It's all about the process.
Look it. This is why they don't show you this part. Because you don't want to see it. That's some strong metal, bro.
Yeah. God damn. All right, she's done. She's ready for vinyl wrap. Custom wide body kit. Oh god.
Cut G. God damn.
She needs some cleaning up.
Yeah, that's alright.
Most definitely. But hey, sweet. So, progress update. We got all four corners hacked up and cut. This side was very clean compared to the other side. The rears was actually pretty easy to cut. Just taped it, sharpied it, and cut along the door line there and then into the quarter. We are now going to tape the fenders into place and use a small drill bit, drill through the fender into the body where the riv nuts are gonna go, and then use that as kind of a pilot hole and baseline for actually inserting the riv nuts into the body. So yeah, this is going pretty well so far. Lots of progress has been made. Hopefully we can get the kit all mocked up within the next short while. I wanted to flip the camera around. So we just drilled, so we taped up the front fender, plotted out where we wanted the riv nuts and bolt location to be on the fender. Got the fender taped up, mocked up, and then drilled a few holes in the top of the fender into the OEM fender. And so removed that, then just drilled a larger hole here in the OEM fender. And now we are going to install some riv nuts for the easy removal and installation of the fenders. And this is gonna be great. I'm very excited. Oh, coming at you live.
Coming at me live.
Don't overdo it now, bud.
Let's see if our math is correct.
Yeah.
It's not our math, it's somebody else's. But we're trusting it.
We're trusting it. Trust the internet, right?
Yeah. Internet will never do you wrong.
If you go too tight, you'll fuck up the thread.
God, you're doing great.
Thanks, boss.
So we got the first fender bolted on, and it looks beautiful. We did a phenomenal job with following the door line there, as well as this body line, and it lines up greatly with the headlight. Shout out KFD Tuning Shop. You guys have done a phenomenal job with the production of this kit. I am so impressed so far. So now to mount up the front portion of the first side skirt, then the next portion of the side skirt, and then we'll move on to the rear fenders. We've now moved on to the side skirt. Just drilled a couple holes right there and holding the front end by a zip tie. And then the rear, we're actually gonna riv knot into the chassis. So we just drilled into the chassis and we're working on that right now. We ended up drilling 2 holes under the bottom of each side skirt and zip tied it right there. I'm probably gonna do the same along the top, and then this will be positioned very well. And then for the rear, I ended up just cutting this rear mounting tab off because of interference with the door. And then I removed this little plastic guard that was on the car already and used the factory screw into the OEM mounting, little mounting spot right there. And so now we've got the front fender and the side skirts mounted, and we're gonna move on to getting this rear over mounted. Duncan and Riley showed up with Cinder, and Duncan gracefully brought me his set of Kansai Rokus. These are an 18x9 plus 12, and we test fitted them on the car, and they fit perfectly. I have a 1-inch spacer in the front right now. With the Kansais on there, it was actually poking out close to 1 inch, and the rear was sunken in close to 1 inch. So I'm gonna take the front spacer off, put it onto the rear, and then the fitment is gonna be on point. Yeah, this is insane. The car is gonna be crazy. My goal for the end of the night is to just get the rear overs mounted, and that way the driver's side is done. Then tomorrow I can move on to the passenger side, get the passenger side all mounted up, get the front lip mounted, and then finish my sanding preparation and cleaning for vinyl wrap. Basically what we've been doing to get the location of the riv nuts proper with, mounting the fenders and everything is taping the fenders in place, then plotting out where I want to mount it. From there, holding the fender in place, of course, with the tape and, with a couple hands. Then we're taking a small drill bit, drilling through the over fender, and actually we drilled into the door. So now that we did this, we're gonna take a larger drill bit, bore this out, press in the riv nut, and then we'll be able to bolt the over fender onto the car.
Dang. Well, look at that.
You're making Johnny look too good.
Look at that.
You get the butt crack or what?
Oh!
That's a profile picture right there.
That is sweet.
That's going on my Tinder.
Things are going really smoothly, way faster than yesterday, obviously because, we went through it once, trial and error. We got all the little crap out of the way. The process is vetted out, and now I'm able to just, smoothly go along. I'm actually have, done, not the front fender by myself, but I just did both side skirts by myself. It's really easy. Just drilling some holes, adding some riv nuts, and confidence. That's all it takes. If you're weary about doing this shit, all it takes is just doing it. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first time experiencing doing massive body work. I've never installed any crazy body kits before. And I've just you just gotta nut up and do it. And that's what we're doing. And look at, the results so far. It's coming along very well. So yeah, stay tuned.